few steps outside of the polling place where Nikki Haley just walked in with her family to cast her vote. Nothing says election day like doing a live shot with you around all of my 30 closest friends in the media as we wait for Haley to come out after she finishes voting and talk to us, answering some news of day questions. And look, chief among them is going to be the results tonight. The fact that Haley and her campaign have been clear about the fact that they know the odds, but they also say they know the stakes here. Haley has continued to hammer this message, Allie, of the idea that she knows Trump can't be as competitive as she would be in a general election. Of course, the problem remains that a general election argument is great, but you got to get through a primary in order to get to that general. And this primary, the message at least over Iowa and New Hampshire and now likely in South Carolina, is going to be overwhelmingly in Trump's favor. Nevertheless, Haley says she is going to continue on, not just through South Carolina, but through Michigan, which also votes on Tuesday, and then, of course, a week and a half later in those 20-plus Super Tuesday states. That's going to be a moment where we see a delegate strategy in play. The problem that exists for Haley, because I'm glad you point out the strategy of coalition building within an electorate that might not just be GOP-based voters. The Haley campaign has been clear. They're reaching out to independents. They would like some of those Democrats, if they still can, to come and vote in this primary as well. They're looking at other states that allow them to build a similar coalition. I'm thinking of places like Michigan, Virginia, Massachusetts. But the problem in some of those states is the delegate rules as they exist. Some of those contests, including here in South Carolina, are winner-take-all states. So even if Haley is able to close the gap, and I do say that that's one of the things we're going to be looking at tonight, not just if she's going to lose, but by the margin of which she ends up losing here, that's going to be really important, and I imagine it's something Haley's going to point to herself, especially if it's closer than the 20 to 30-point gap that some polls have been predicting. But even still, closing the gap might not be enough to net her delegates within the rules as they apply. I will say I recognize and read the polls, and this campaign recognizes and reads the polls as well. They are certainly not shy about knowing the landscape that they're operating within, but I also think I come back often to something that a Haley ally said to me, and I think it's probably the most optimistic view that I've heard from anyone in this world at this point, which is this is why you run elections. Yes, if you look at the polls, it's a tough climb, but you run to be able to change people's minds, and they point to Joe Biden coming to South Carolina, swooping in after multiple contests where he fell far short of expectations in 2020 and being able to surge out of the Palmetto State. I take the point. I think the parallels are really thin in terms of not having a Clyburn-esque figure on the Republican side. Black voters certainly not coalescing around Haley in the way that they did around Biden, but still they're sounding notes of optimism, but more importantly promising to keep fighting regardless of what happens here. Always an honor. Thank you, guys. Hey, absolutely. Hey, just tell me, do you want us hanging still around the gap, or what do you want to do here? Sure. Okay. I'm not going far, and you know what? I'll do you the solid. I'll stay in IFB, and if you want something, just yell at me, okay? Okay. Yep. Bye. So in theory, they won't take us to practice. who the line producer is for the noon show, so that we can be on text with them too.
Can you hold this for a second? I'll be back in like 3 seconds.
Cut this guy off.
Okay, the person they're going in, so she must be.
Hey, Woods. Woody? Is his name Woody? Hey, Woods. Could you move a little bit? I'm on a live shot. And you are in my frame. Thank you.
Hey, Woods, is she gonna walk over or drive over?
I think she's gonna walk her mom back because she's in a wheelchair. Walk her mom back to the car and then walk over here. That's my understanding. But she may. I think she'll walk her back. She may drive over. I believe she just went into actually I was walking in the place, so I saw evidence running there, so for some reason. Thank you.
Obviously, but I don't need to be like gripping my camera. I'm ready. I am like the second to have.
She didn't like my lead. She was like, good word. And then she just picture of the chat.
I didn't realize that. That's funny.
Well, I think for like 2 days before. She has one sister. So I knew she didn't see any still sisters. I was clearly joking.
Fun for other people. It's like everyone sitting here being like, hey, the Leonard approach is probably still going to be really hard. And being like, no, it's fine, it's new. No, but it's going to be hard. Like, no, but it's me. It'll be fine. It never happens. Hey, it's Rachel. Hey, how are you? Good. Okay.
Yeah, so we're starting with her. She's voting now, so we'll have video of her, going in. She, has her mom in the wheelchair and pushed her in, right back, and then she's gonna gavel. So there'll be fresh sound from her. We're gonna make our way to Columbia, and we'll get videos tonight, and we'll get voters at different polling locations along the way. So.
Right behind.
Hey, what? Could you move?
You're gonna drop down, right? Yeah. I think you just
Let me know when
Your head is in the shop. Sorry.
Tell me where you need me to be.
we have to put my mic out when she starts talking. No, I have.
Hey, sorry.
Yeah, you're good, Andy.
Okay.
Good morning. They say it might be afternoon. I don't know what time it is, but thanks for coming out. It's a great day in South Carolina. Beautiful weather, lots of people voting. Super excited. The main thing I'll say is I'm truly just grateful. I had so much gratitude today. I feel incredibly blessed to be surrounded by family. Blessed to have a husband who's serving and sacrificing, but blessed to have this moment. And the moment is, my mom, when she was in India, she was a lawyer and one of the first female judges. And because of the times, she was never able to sit on the bench. And so to be able to go and vote with her, to watch her daughter, and cast a ballot for her daughter for President of the United States, tells us everything we need to know about how blessed we are to be in this country. And so it is with great gratitude that I go in today, excited. I always love Election Day. I think there's a lot of excitement, energy. You can tell South Carolinians are passionate. They're getting out and voting. That's what we want. We have said for a long time, in a general election, you're given a choice. In a primary, you make your choice. And so we're hoping everybody goes out and makes their choice today. All they need is a picture ID to go vote, and so we hope that their voices will be heard today. Governor Haley, I have two questions. Well, one for you, and then hopefully one for your kids. For the kids, what did it feel like to vote for your mom for president? And the second one for you, a little bit more political. Who would you have run the RNC if Ronna McNeil steps down today?
It wouldn't be a family member of a candidate. It wouldn't be someone who says that all the money is going to go to Donald Trump, when I know that $50 million of campaign contributions went to personal court cases last quarter. $8 million went to court fees just from January. You look at that, that's $100 million that will get drained from the RNC that should be supporting Republicans up and down the ticket. So I think having a family member run it or a campaign manager being a part of it should not qualify it. And I would hope that the people in the RNC know that they have a responsibility to put in people in the RNC who are going to look out in the best interest of all of the Republican Party, not just one person.
Ambassador Haley, where does your campaign go from here, both strategically and in terms of travel across the country?
To Michigan. We're headed to Michigan tomorrow morning. We'll be campaigning there, and then we're headed to the Super Tuesday states. So we look forward to seeing everybody.
Governor Haley, Trump was speaking to a black conservative group last night. He made a slew of comments. He said he could not see the black people in the crowd because the lights were on. He said that because he has been indicted, that he is winning over black voters. He even said that black voters are embracing his mugshot more than any other group. Are those comments acceptable?
It's disgusting. But that's what happens when he goes off the teleprompter. That's the chaos that comes with Donald Trump. That's the offensiveness that's going to happen every day between now and the general election, which is why I continue to say Donald Trump cannot win a general election. He won't. We can make him the primary nominee if we want to, but Republicans will lose come November. This is a huge warning sign. We have to stop with the chaos. We have to stop with the drama. We have to stop with the bad sound bites that keep happening over and over again. And listen to the American people. If 70% of Americans say they don't want Trump or Biden, that they think they're the two most disliked politicians in America, if 60% of Americans are saying that they think Donald Trump is too old and Joe Biden's too old to be president, I hope the people of South Carolina and I hope the people in the Super Tuesday states listen to that. There is a choice. We can leave the drama and the chaos. We can leave the incompetence. And we can go to something that is normal. And that's what people want, especially the younger generation. They just want to know what normal feels like.
Governor Haley, earlier this week you said you would be campaigning every day until the last person votes. Could you clarify those comments? Did you mean that you'd be taking this all the way to the convention in Milwaukee?
What I meant was South Carolina. We're going to be voting. We're going to be campaigning all day today, and then we're going to keep going all the way through Super Tuesday. That's as far as I've thought in terms of going forward. We've placed ad buys. We've gone and put out the public schedule of where we're going to be, and so we're going to keep on going.
And what is your strategy to win those Super Tuesday states?
It's going and giving people an option. Look, my whole goal for running is because you have a majority of Americans who are saying they don't want Donald Trump and they don't want Joe Biden. So as long as you have a majority of Americans saying, please give us a choice, I'm going to continue to fight. I am not going anywhere. I'm going to make sure that we give Americans a choice. You know, you might go to Russia and they'll anoint kings there. But here in America, we have elections, and people's voices are heard. And how blessed are we that we get to do that? And so we want these states to be able to vote. Between now and 10 days from now, another 21 states and territories will be voting. And I think that's a great thing. They want their voices heard, and we're going to make sure they have their
Is after
voices
Super
heard.
Tuesday going to be another evaluation point for you then to see what every last vote means at that point after Super Tuesday?
That's as far as we've thought so far. So we'll keep taking it one state at a time. That's our goal, is just one state at a time. I know everybody else wants to look ahead. That's not how I've done any of this. In the past year, we've taken it one state, 1 month at a time, and focused on that. That's what's gotten us to this moment, is discipline, hard work, being smarter than everybody else, and making sure that we do whatever it takes, as scrappy as we need to be, to get to the finish line.
Ambassador Haley, you tried
Answer, you said that you certainly have to do better in South Carolina than you did in New Hampshire. So do you think that you're going to meet that goal today? And if you don't, why should voters trust you and expect that you have a path forward?
We'll find out. We're going to find out today. Y'all will be deciding that as much as you want. What I'll tell you is I think my goal has always been to be competitive in South Carolina. And, for voters to trust me, I think you can look at the, thousands of voters that are going to come out for me today. You can look at the people that are going to show up at our rallies in Michigan, Super Tuesday. People want to see us continue this fight. We owe it to them to continue this fight. And I think that it's a good thing when democracy reigns. And I think it's great for the Republican Party to have this competition. The only thing that's lacking in this is Donald Trump getting on a debate stage. He should get on a debate stage.
Ambassador Haley, in recent days, I think it's safe to say you've sharpened your attacks on the former president. You said he's become more offensive, I think it was on Tuesday. Is there an argument to be made that perhaps you should have gone after him more aggressively at the beginning of your campaign?
Not at all. There were 14 people in this race. I had a dozen of the fellas I had to get rid of first. It was taking them out one at a time. Now he is the one-on-one opponent that I have, and that's why you see us showing the contrast between me and him. If I had done that in the beginning, I would have been a Chris Christie. My goal was to make sure that we took it one person at a time, one competitor at a time.
Governor Haley,
Guys, this is the last question.
some Trump allies have claimed that your ability to attract crossover voters is making the data worse for the Republican Party if a lot of them would normally vote for Democrats. How do you respond to that sort of argument from Trump allies?
It's that mindset that keeps Republicans losing. Republicans have lost the last 7 out of 8 popular votes for president. That's nothing to be proud of. We have got to start bringing people into the fold. We've got to start talking to everybody. If we truly believe that our policies lift up everyone, then guess what? You've got to talk to everyone. So when you go to my rallies, when you go to my events, you see everybody there. You see young, old. You see every race. You see every gender. You see Republicans, Independents, and conservative Democrats. They all come in. I'm not going to push anybody away. I know Donald Trump said that anybody that supports me is barred permanently from MAGA. That's not how you win votes. That's not how you win Republicans. That's not how you win a general election, and that's why Donald Trump will continue to lose. It's because he pushes people out of our party, and I'm trying to make a Republican Party where we welcome and everybody, because when we start uniting on those grounds, when we start coming together as Americans and stop allowing the exaggeration and peacocking of sound bites, and stop the insults, and stop the hating of each other, that's when America will be strong again. Think about it. Of the two main candidates that you're talking about, Joe Biden refers to anyone who doesn't support him as fascist. Donald Trump refers to anybody that doesn't support him as vermin. I call everybody who supports me or doesn't support me Americans, and that's where we have to get back to again. Thank y'all very much. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the South Day.